And welcome back. I'm Yessi, and today we're doing Lechon Asado, the main Cuban dish of all of them. This is what Cubans are rated on all over the world, how well they can cook their pork and make a nice citrusy marinade. Today we're going to be doing some oranges, limes, lemons. We don't have any naranja agria here, which is the sour orange, the typical one you want to use. Then we have a few onions we're going to burn, and then we're going to get this all sorted out. First thing we're going to do is hit it with the flame, get this a little bit burnt, activate some of the juices and stuff. The main thing is to start getting it the peels to start releasing some of their magical notes. Alright, so that's not going to be working with me. So what we're going to end up doing is just throwing them here in the oven. I knew I didn't have enough gas, and the local place didn't have any butane, so looks like we'll just be using the gas oven. Get some color there. While we're doing that, we will just throw these onions in here. They're just going to be demolished in our paste. We're going to use quite a bit of oil, so might as well just take this off. I like that spout until I don't like that spout. I'm going to do about a cup of oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. You could use regular olive oil or vegetable oil, canola oil. Then we're going to add, this is peppercorns, cumin seeds that are toasted, about 10 grams of salt, and then the rest is going to be oregano and oregano grounded up, about 50 grams of oregano. So that's all in there. And then the secret ingredient for us at our restaurant was 1 scoop of café Bustelo. Gives it some nice tones. Keeps people coming back, you know, want that espresso hit. Take a sip of my terba. And yeah, we're gonna get into the pork. We're gonna lightly just score it. You don't need to get it too deep. If you have a very big fat cap on your pork, you can trim it, and you can definitely trim it if you have the skin. Ours didn't have the skin this time. Make a nice crisscross pattern so we can get all this seasoning into it. And then, yeah, this is gonna be, it's a lot more time in the oven, slow cooking and all that, than a lot of cooking, or a lot of working time. It's a lot of dead time. We're gonna wait for those fruits to get nice and toasty and blackened a little bit. Then we're gonna come back and blend it all up and enjoy this butt. All right, and we're back. We got the fruit out of the oven. Looks nice and toasty. We're about to squeeze it all and then put some of the rinds in there, and then we'll get everything incorporated, blend it up, And yeah, well, yeah, so the Lechon Asado is going to be slowly roasted for the next 8 hours, 10 hours. It's usually done in a hole in the ground or in a caja china, which is a wooden box with coals put on top of it and the whole hog inside. Or you could just do different sections of the pork, but that's typically how this is done. Right now there's about a foot of snow outside, so we're not going to be doing anything inside the ground, and nothing outside really. So yeah, that's it's going to be our fun. And this is just going to be used in the oven. It's going to be low and slow. There's really nothing very exciting about that process. It's gonna taste awesome. It's gonna pull apart. You'll be able to use it in, this is what we're gonna use in Cuban sandwiches, which we'll be doing later on in the week. We'll be making empanadas, pastelitos de lechon, and then what we're doing today is just lechon asado, which is just the roasted pork. We're gonna take it out a little bit early so that we can get some nice chunked pork instead of it all just being shredded for like the sandwiches and all the other stuff. Once you get it out as lechon asado, then, and it's nice and chunky, you can deep fry it or pan fry it, and tastes even nicer because it's got a nice little layer of crust built up on it. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up here, and we'll meet back in probably about 10 minutes. All right, and we've done all the juicing. I would recommend getting either a hand juicer or a regular juicer. I remember trying out one of the Binging with Babish Desperado citrus pork recipes and thinking the same thing right afterwards. So I know they're about $4, and even if it's just for this one use, I would definitely go and get one. So in here we have all of our juices. I'm gonna blend it up with all the spices. I'm gonna pour the rest of a Simply Orange that I got in here. Give it more of a orangey taste. All right, let's put this on. We're gonna blend it for about a minute or so. Make sure this is nice and 500 degrees. Then we got some fresh peeled garlic somewhere that I just did. There we go. And this is the second backbone. Besides the citrus, it's all of the garlic. Probably about 2 entire bulbs. This was 4 bulbs. I like my mojo very garlicky. All right. Let's see how it's tasting. All right. Don't want to use one of my nephew's little Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that is nice. I can live with that. Feels like back in the restaurant again. All right. Well, it's not the most pudding of colors because of those oranges. They turned out to be more of a blood orange, and you know, sometimes you just buy the wrong thing. Sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got. But the mojo tastes great going in. You're not going to want to cover it. You want to leave this fat nice and exposed so that it can get nice and crispy during this first bit. Then we're going to cover and braise it for the next bit. So in the oven it goes for the next 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, we're gonna drop it to 200 and drop it to 200 for the next 12 hours. So we made quite a bit of mojo today, so we'll just save the rest. We got some recipes coming up that's going to use this anyway, so might as well. It's always handy. And if anything else, you just reduce it, add some chicken stock or beef stock, and then you have a mojo sauce for your roasted pork, Lechon Asado. Just yeah, so see you in about 30 minutes. I'll show you what the pork looks like, and then we'll take on from there. All right, so now that we're back, it's been about 45 minutes. We've had it about 500 degrees, rotating it often. See how the top looks. Looks like it's getting nice and crispy. It's gonna be in here for a long haul, so we don't want it to get any much more browner than that. We're gonna get a little spoon and push down the liquid, stirring it down a little bit. We don't want it to all get crusty right now. All right. Okay. Now that we're there, we're gonna make some tender love to this heritage duroc. It's gonna come out as a nice looking lechon in about 8 hours. I'll check it every 2 hours just to make sure. We're dropping the temperature to 205, 215 depending on your oven. We're gonna do it at 205. My oven runs a little bit low. Yeah, so that was the hard part. Now we just wait and then pull it apart, and got ourselves some lechon to put on some bread, make a little timba, make a Cuban sandwich if we're really hungry, una torta cubana if you don't want to press it, or go a whole bunch of different ways. Once you got this down, then you can basically doctor it up if you want a little bit of cilantro in your mojo. There's no real recipe. It's really just a sour marinade for your pork, based around garlic and orange citrus. So just take it as a guide, as with anything in the kitchen. So we'll be back in probably about 8 hours, and show you a finished product, and we'll take a little bite out of it. And we're back. It's about we left at 3 in the morning, so 2 in the afternoon. about 11 hours. Kept on watching it every 2 hours or so. Nice and warm. And there we go. It's our perfect lechon asado. Should be able to pull apart fork tender. Yeah, there we go. And then just to make sure that it's okay, since she's up right now, normally I do the videos late in the morning, not to disturb anyone. Pero esta es la abuela. Está rico. Gracias. Alright guys, this is Lechon Asado. Pretty soon we'll do the Cuban sandwiches, some empanadas, and let me know what you'd like to see. There we go. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.